Sauvignon Blanc has been it's been on an incredible journey for New Zealand, I think since the '08 vintage. And the '08 vintage was kind of like, the Grim Reaper came and knocked on the door, and all of a sudden Sauvignon Blanc was everywhere. '09 was also a fairly healthy crush, and that was a game-changing moment for New Zealand, because its biggest customers sort of all of a sudden became supermarkets with BOBs, and labels were just popping up here, there and everywhere, and it was real, it's that bottom-feeding, opportunistic sort of stuff. And sometimes for the consumer, that's been a good thing, because not all of those wines have been bad or whatnot. There's been some really good wines at very cheap prices. But I think at the, back at sort of home base, and getting down to the grassroots, and what will be the future of Sauvignon Blanc in New Zealand, we're seeing producers really start to look for a distinctive style, and something that will, first of all, set them apart in the pack, because it's a big crowd of very similarly dressed wines. And the second thing is to find a style that is sort of uniquely theirs, or that responds uniquely to either their site, their situation, or their philosophy. And that makes the idea of tasting through all of these Sauvignon Blancs, which can be a bit of a monotonous exercise at times, a lot more interesting all of a sudden, and to see how people are evolving. And some people are looking to sort of refine fruit character, and rather than go for that that full bowl of fresh fruit salad, tropical, citrus, stone fruits, melons, everything, they're looking to say, all right, we want to make a citrusy style, or we want to make a style that's really honing in on nectarine, so there's that sort of approach. And then there are people like the Giesens, for instance, who've had a very successful essentially one wine brand with the Giesen Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc, look to the future and say, all right, well, we need to build somewhere for all of those people that love Giesen Sauvignon Blanc to sort of move on to when they're looking for something extra. And so we're seeing people start to work with barrel fermentation and lees stirring, and to make more complex wines that are really just, it's not smoke and mirrors or trickery, it's just taking what are really quite simple, so-called traditional winemaking techniques, and apply it to what's been really a pretty what I call like a missionary position sort of approach to winemaking. Very, very straight up and down and straightforward. And so the net result is that we're seeing wines that are much more complex, and also those wines that are much more specific. And Sauv Blanc is, it's building itself a future, if you like.